We've got many different swaps of teams, and now Leon's a number 0 for some reason. But we've got many different we got new riders, team swaps. So everything's set to be very different. We got Deck, the champion of Season 2, stays on board the Petronas Yamaha, but his teammate of last season, Nelson, has left the team and has been replaced by Gami, who was on board the Tech 3 KTM. Nelson has gone to the LCR Castrol Honda team, and his teammate will be the winner of the final race of last season, Mogsy. Replacing him at Monster Energy Yamaha are Cami and Wigan Everton.
But Wigan Everton is actually doing a replacement.
Oh, sorry, not Wigan. Sorry, Mr. Hitstick.
Session.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Hitstick.
Yeah. So Wigan Everton has actually moved down to the junior, but he is here today because Mr. Hitstick can't make it, so one of the juniors has replaced him today. So just to clear that up.
We got
a new team here.
We got well, 2 new teams. We got Pramac Ducati, who are making their return, champions of season 1, with Josh and Leon on board. Then then another team is the LCR Idemitsu Honda with Amir Tahifa and Aiki. So they'll be 2 new riders, so they'll be hoping to impress. And then the final team is the Repsol Honda team with Joe, who's well, he was the reserve rider for Honda last season, and he's now got a full-time rider of the factory team. And Monza, who's gone from LCR Castrol to Repsol.
Yeah. So currently we have 3 people on laps, but both of the Petronas riders are currently both going through the second sector, and Gami's actually just gone through the third. So, and now Joe has also, but I do believe that Joe will be doing a race practice. I don't know whether he is doing it currently, we will find out soon. But he has said that for his race practice he will be using a hard. So that's just to clarify that. So Joe coming across the line now.
55.3. So yeah, that's definitely excuse me, race pace.
Race run.
Here comes Deck around the final corner. Takes a very wide line, but gets cut back. And now across the line and goes first, doing a 54.6. It's currently 3 people setting a lap time. Oh, Wigan's gone down somewhere, I heard that. Oh, Josh's bike has gone absolutely flying through turn 7. Wow. So, already a good start for Josh there. Gami going round the long turn 5. And now turn 6. Ike's disconnected. So Ike is Gami's messed up that lap there, but Ike's disconnected for some reason. Don't know whether he's left or I'm going to guess it's just disconnection. So that's his participation of the league, well, the test, sorry, over. Yeah, so we'll just put that down to mechanical failure. we're going over to now. Goes down the hill to turn 9 under the Michelin bridge or board. Around turn 9 hairpin, has to take the tight entry through turn 10. Round turn 11. And now into turns 12 and 13. Turn 14 and 15, because I believe these are counted as 2 corners. And then we have the final corner. Monster's got their red sector 1, so it's just going to be interesting to see who does the quali pace, who does the race pace, how much they do with each, if only, if they only focus on one part and not another part. Saw that in the junior yesterday, quite a mixed number of strategies. Swing across the line, does a 57 5 as wig, and then he goes and loses the front at turn 1. We've got Josh and Leon working together here, doing what the KTMs did yesterday, and what we often see the Sky Bikes doing in real life. One goes out in front, the other one follows, and they just set lap after lap after lap. Down the straight to go for the 2 Pramac Ducatis.
Right, I am back, guys. I apologise. I had a bit of a distraction, but I'm back now. So
and the 2 Pramac guys go third and second. Round turn 3, Elmir pulls off.
I've got really bad lag right now, Jack. The bikes are just flying around the place.
How lovely.
Mate.
So I don't know if
my internet's suffering as always.
I don't know if you were here when it happened, but Ike disconnected. Gami crosses the line, goes fourth.
Okay, I have just noticed.
So we're just going to put that down. Since it's a test, it's not the end of the world, but just put that down as his Honda's had a mechanical failure.
Leon's crashed.
Ike's server's had a problem, yeah, so basically his server has decided to just malfunction, which is what you love to see.
Yep.
Here comes Nelson round the final corner, Season 1 champion, finished 3rd last season, and looks to regain the title on board the LCR Castrol Honda. Nelson across the line goes into 4th place, just quite a few hundredths behind Joe as Amir has crashed somewhere. We have Monster now going round the long right-hander and down the straight. I haven't noticed, but we'll just notice Cammy has gone into 2nd place, 2 thousandths off Dex time. As Monster now goes round the final corner, down the straight, and across the line, and he goes 5th. Mia is stationary on the circuit. Nelson's going through the pit lane.
Just not what you want to see.
God knows what Mia's doing there. Maybe he's just had to. Maybe he's. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something. He knows what he's doing.
God knows.
So now going through.
Okay, Monster's bike just swirling around on the floor and flying into the sky for me.
Yeah, your end is very bad.
Yeah, mine is. I might have to actually go off.
First of all, you saw what happened to me. I don't even want to hear it.
So Joe now, red sector 3.
First of all, Fox, you saw I got took out the first turn. You should have red flagged it.
Just accident. So you could just see a deck there. Talking about a race we just had. Amir's crashed again, and Joel crossed the line, and he's now only a 10th behind Deck. Amir is still
Cammy pitting.
sitting. Cammy crosses the line to go 6th. Leon round the final corner. Somebody's gone pit lane, I think, unless I've seen things.
Cammy EU.
Yeah.
Cammy EU did, I believe. That's what I saw, so.
Leon, I think's had a little bit of a number change with just the colour of his 90. I think. Maybe...
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I might not be able to commentate, Jack. I can't watch this.
Alright.
Be unfortunate, but what can I do? There's nothing I can do now, so I'm gonna probably have to shoot off.
Alright. So Goverson now crosses the line and does not improve. Coming around the through the hairpin. Where is Leon? He's just going through the double rights. And Josh is just a tiny bit in front of Leon, so pair of them working together, which is nice to see. It's definitely better when you work with your teammate instead of just going out by yourself, being a lone wolf. Josh running a 32 for this season, it looks like, and as well as a very nice Irish helmet there with what looks like a cod ghost kind of skull. As Gavin now is coming towards the end of the lap, Joe was red again into sector 3, but has unfortunately lost out in the last sector. Here comes Gammy round the final corner. Is he going to further improve his lap time? He does by 0.3 of a second. Leon now round the final corner. This will be the sector where the Ducati is the strongest. All about power and braking, not much about turning ability. Leon jumps into 7th. Gammy's crashed up at turn 1 or 2, turn 2 from the sound
I'm
of
gonna
that.
mute my mic.
Let's have a look at Mogsy. We haven't seen much of Mogsy yet this test. Currently one of 2 people yet to set a time. The other one's Amir. So Mogsy and Nelson also working together. So Mogsy, well, these pair were the 2 winners, I guess you could say, at Valencia, getting a 1-2. Obviously they weren't teammates at that point, but they are now. So interesting to see how they do, how well they prepare. As Monsters jumped into 5th place, or he's probably easily improved his time. Sorry. And into last corner they go. 2 LCR Castrol boys, and they both take a very wide midpoint to the corner. But now they exit the corner, they come down the straight. Mogsy jumps to 8th. Nelson does not improve on the lap time. Josh going for the long right-handed of turn 10 and into turn 11. Through the chicane. Nicely done. You can see Leon right at the back there. Let's have a listen to this Ducati. Oh, not as I've just seen. What that rider sticker is on his lemons. oh, I did not know that. Oh wow. Oh, Josh has got a very nice sticker there on his levers. Very nice touch there by Josh. As the 2 Pramac boys improve, and our 7th and 8th as Josh has jumped to 7th, knocking his teammate Leon to 8th. Oh my god! And Amir he's moved. He's done another lap, but he's I don't know where he is actually on track there, somewhere in Sector 2. Probably that looked like maybe turn 5 or turn 6. Joe now, he's on a fast lap, 2 red sectors. Chappers has left after his his connection issues, I do, as I was meant to say. Joe won here in last season. He's had 2 races, 2 wins. So he's got a 100% record so far in VollGazzRacing, and he's looking to keep that up as he heads into Season 3. Leon's had a crash somewhere in Sector 3. And Joe's lost the time in the last sector. As Cami is also on a lap, so once Joe finishes that, we'll go to Cami. As Moxie has taken a fall somewhere. So here comes Cami and Deck. 2 Yamahas, 1 Monster, 1 Patronus, but Cami round the long right hand, who takes a very, very tight line. And then down the straight for Cami. Is that Gami in front? Is that Gami in front of him now? Don't know who's in front of Cami, but into the final corner. And now across the line for Cami. He does not improve on his lap time. What will Gami do? He does improve in his lap time and stays 6th, but he's only 1 second off first place. But Deck, 2 red sectors in sector 2 and 3. Out of the final corner, will he further improve his lap time? He does by 0.2 of a second. Monster now coming out the final corner. And he jumps into 4th place ahead of Nelson. And he goes into the dirt of turn 1. Amir is finally doing a lap here as he goes round turn 5. And now down the hill, he goes into turn 9, hairpin. And now driving up the hill with that Honda, the bike, the rear starts to slide very much. Round the right, over a little bit of the crest. And now through the fast sweeping chicane, 3rd gear corners. Maybe even 4th gear at the end of this part. Depending on how they've got their gears set up. And now round the corner and firing that 4-cylinder, V4 Honda engine. And I don't know why the engine just revving its pistons out, but yeah, Amir goes round the final corner. He's going to finally set a lap time after partying in the grass, let's say. And he crosses the line and goes into 6th place. Is it Moxie? No. God knows who it was, but Gami's had a crash somewhere. So at the moment, the top 10 separated, because we really can only go from the top 10 since Wigan is a junior rider, which is a good level to junior, you know. So you know, they're only 5/10 off the slowest person at the moment, which is Moxie, but I feel like Moxie's not put in a fast time that he can do, and it's just worked on race pace at the moment. Whereas I feel like most of the other guys have done at least 1 quali run. Joe taking it very hot there through the final corner, runs very wide. And he goes across the line. does not improve. And we have Monster Agami now having a little bit of a race battle here, so going to see just the power of the Honda fly past the Yamaha like it's absolutely nothing as Gami tries to outbrake Monster and it's into the back of him. Nelson and Moxie have had a coming together. They haven't crashed, have they? Oh, they might. Yeah, looks like they might have done. Deck now through turn 1. Turn 1? Turn 4. And now through turn 5 and 6. So the Season 2 champion looks to retain his crown for Season 3. Currently starting in the right way. Currently leading the session by 2 tenths of a second. He's hit the curb and his bike has gone flying and tumbling through the gravel trap at turn 7. And we now have Wigan coming out the final corner. Looks to improve his lap time. And he jumps to 10th. Wow. Very nice to see from Wigan. He actually got third place last season at Termas. Led for most of the way actually for that race until the final lap where he made a mistake into turn 5, fell off, lost the front, and unfortunately took deck out in the process. Could have even Monster his final win of the season. Monster had the best start of the season. He had 3 wins in the first 4 races. Then he could never really get back onto that form, but you know, he's reset, he's joined the Repsol Honda team, so it could be a better bike in theory for him. Just depends on how, if the bike preferences his riding style and the minute changes there will be between the 2 bikes. As Nelson's had another crash. Amir crosses the line and he jumps into 5th place, improving by 1/10 of a second. So it's a Honda domination from 3rd to 6th. Klaus now goes round the final corners to start his next lap of the session. Through turn 1. Takes a very wide line, he's going to cut it back for later effects into turn 2. And now it's the slide and the drift through turn 3. And this lap is aborted. Wigan, another improved lap? No. Mogsy, red sector 1. This is more like it from Mogsy. Maybe he's put a soft... Oh, and he's invalidated his lap time. So maybe this is the first time he's put in the soft rear tyre. Put the fuel load down. And now he's on his way to try and push for a good lap. That goes around the final corner. Red sector 1 and 2, green sector 3. Can he improve now? So just over 20 minutes remaining of the session. As Joe crosses the line and remains in 3rd place, doesn't improve on his lap time. And Leon now round the final corner. And he's going to start his first lap through turn 1. Red sector's appearing everywhere. Wigan Everton's improving again, so Wigan Everton's getting into a rhythm here and he's starting to improve by quite a lot. And Wigan across the line and improves into 8th place. So Wigan's doing a good job here. So obviously he's seen the chance to get some extra practice in, work on some stuff. Oh no, Muggs made a mistake through the long right. Oh, he'll be kicking himself. But Wigan, obviously he had the test yesterday and he's probably putting his theories into testing here, making the most of this opportunity that Hitstick has been able to give him. Round the final corner for Nelson. Currently 6th. Can he jump to a higher position? No, 1,000th of a second off. Amir's time. Leon now round the final corner. And now down the straight. And Leon jumps into 8th place. So now I think this is where we're starting to see the soft tyres being put in. And now we're going to see what people are made of. Monster there getting very lucky not to go flying. Round the hairpin and up the hill goes Monster. The rear just slides through here, and it's absolute torture for the for all tyres, but the soft tyre especially, where the tyre keeps heating and heating up constantly through the long rights. And now down the straight for Monster under the DHL boards. Now braking hard for the final corner. As the rear is pushing that front a lot and it's trying to lock up. Monster's held it very well. Can he jump inside the top 3? No, he can't. Seems like that little moment has cost him quite a bit. And we've got Mogsy in deck now, coming to the end of Sector 3 and into Sector 4. Mogsy getting on the curve again, but just avoiding disaster. Mogsy down the straight, deck just a little bit behind. So it seems like Dex definitely can improve Sectors 1 and 2, but Sector 3 just can't replicate at the moment. So Mogsy now hits the curb and goes across the line and jumps into 8th place. Josh now through Sector 3 and through the chicane. Around the right, and down the straight using the power of that Ducati. And now braking very hard for the final corner, using the advantage of what that Ducati has. It may not turn, it may not have rear grip, but it can brake and it's got power. And across the line goes Josh, only to improve by 1/10 of a second. Nelson, red Sector 1. He's lost it in Sector 2. Josh has then gone and dumped it in the first turn. So like another red Sector 1 and 2 for him. Can he improve on Sector 3? Yes, he can. And now down the straight, nice line through there. Braking hard for the final corner. Going for the double apex. And across the line. to improve his time by 1/10 of a second. And his teammate Gami is unable to improve his lap time after doing so in the first 2 sectors. So the top 8 covered by 1.3, Leon 1.8, and then Josh 2.4. So Josh currently struggling at the moment, whether it's hopefully this is just race pace as he improves in sector 1. And Deck's improving further. So now getting into the groove with 15 minutes remaining of this session. Well, 14, I should say. And the sector 2 goes just, see, it's the grass. And that will not help him at all. Just goes quite deep there through turn 9, which is not going to help through turn 10. Now for the chicane. And now round turn, well, the penultimate turn. Joe with 2 red sectors, so Joe could be on for a lap here. Into the final corner for Josh. And across the line. Does not improve his time. Joe now, will he do sector 3, red sector 3, so maybe now Joe's playing in the soft tyre quali run. Over the curbs. It's a bit of a risk doing that, but it does work if you get it right. Oh my god, I thought he dumped it there. Luckily that was just lag. And across the line. Can Joe go first? Yes, he does, by 95 thousandths of a second. So it's Honda, Yamaha, Yamaha, Honda, 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 Honda. We might have too many Hondas there. Yamaha, Honda, Ducati, Yamaha, Ducati. So it's all in the air at the moment, in terms of manufacture-wise. Moxie into the final corner, looks to improve his time further. As his teammate Nelson's had a fall in sector 3. And Monster's lost his time in the 3rd sector. Mogs across the line, he jumps into 7th place. Here comes Monster across the line. Not able to improve. Deck now through turn 11. Going round the long right, and it is a red sector 3. As Deck now fires that Yamaha, he's going to have to use all he can of that Yamaha engine, because Joe's on the Honda. This will be a better sector for him naturally, just from the bike he rides. But Deck with a nice exit there, nice exit speed down the line. Will Deck go into 1st place? Yes, he does, by 0.3 of a second. So Deck the first man in the 53s. Josh now in the 3rd sector, with his teammate Leon behind him. Just skating through the final corner now for the braking zone, round the final corner. Exiting the bike, hitting the bike up. That's a Ducati, just struggles for grip. And across the line, and he jumps into 9th place. Joe, red sector 3, so We've got a battle on our hands here, I think, for who's going to top this session. And Joe crosses the line and jumps back in front of Deck, this time at 72 thousandths of a second. This could just be a trade of blows here every single lap. Cammy now with a red sector too, so Cammy now getting in the mix. Gammy crosses the line and he's lost it in the last sector, so Gammy's struggling in the last sector to replicate what his last sector was. And Cammy on board the Monster Energy Yamaha, the bike that won the last race. And the bike that in real life is going to be revealed tomorrow, so it's be interesting to watch. We're taking a nice line there through the chicane, through sector 3. It's an orange third sector. Sits the bike up very nicely, and now down the straight. And into the final corner. Across the line for Cammy, and he improves by 4/10 of a second and stays in third place. And he is staying in the pits, so don't know what he's doing, but obviously he's doing something. Round turn 6. And through the double rights goes Joe, and he's improving in sector 2. And now into turn 9. And turn 10 as the Honda starts to shake its rear. Many PBs lighting up now. And Joe's lost it in the third sector, so I'd probably put that down to his run through the hairpin in turn 10. That's cost him some time there. And round the final corner of Joe's front, shaking a lot, very twitchy. And now out the final corner, will Joe improve on his lap time? No, he does not. Wiggins through sector 3, Mogsy and Nelson through sector 3, and Wiggins going to pull out the lap. Mogsy now down the straight and into the final corner. And down the straight, across the line. Gammy's improving, so keep an eye on him. Oh, the rear getting a bit lively there for Cammy. And he pulls out the lap. And Gammy's invalidated through the left there. Moggs is currently improving through sector 1. How is he going to fare in sector 2? Good. Out double rights. Down the straight. Into the heavy braking zone of turn 9. Round the long right, firing the LCR Castrol Honda. Out the corner through the left, and now the right. Ran a bit. He's on to see a bit through the left, it's costing through the right, and that has cost him a bit of time. Takes a very wide line through that corner and sets the bike up. And now down the straight. And into the final corner goes Mugsy. Oh, getting the rear tyre off the curb there. Very frightening stuff. Across the line does not improve on his lap time. So 4 minutes remaining of this session. Taking liberties there through that corner. You can see Wigan in the background there as well, also improving. So we'll just keep an eye on him. Just ran a bit wide there through the hairpin. But his run's not too bad through turn 10, so he should be alright. Cammy with a red sector 1. Oh! He hits the curb and Joe is down. And hopefully that hasn't put Wigan off from what he's just seen. And Joe's probably right in front of him, and Monster, the two reps all coming, just going in front and behind him, causing an absolute sandwich for Wigan. And around the final corner, Monster's lost the front there, following Wigan. Wigan crosses the line and remains in 11th place. Nelson down the straight into turn 9. Dex had a fall. Don't know what sector that was in, but he's had a fall somewhere. Mogsy and Nelson, the two LCR Castrol boys, currently improving through sector 2, and Mogsy's made a mistake and has reset his lap. Gammy improving in sector 1, so 2 minutes remaining, so the guys have only got one proper lap left. Nelson's lost his time through sector 3, hopefully he can find it again in sector 4. Getting a nice exit out the corner. Braking extremely hard into the final corner, using the advantage of that Honda's brakes and firing the Honda. So Nelson won one race last season, could have won 2, does not improve. So we'll be looking to achieve more wins this season. Gammy now round the right-hander. He finished on the podium in the last race of the season, so he finished well. He'll be looking to start in the same fashion. Through the chicane. On the curb, going to run him a little bit wide, but he's alright. And he fires out the Yamaha as best he could. Monster is improving in his first 2 sectors. So it's all guns blazing now in this final minute. And around the final corner for Gammy. And across the line. And only just remains in 8th place. Monster now through sector 3. Joe's improving in sector 2 once again, and Monster's lost it in sector 3. Nadim Abdi ran out of tyres. Or they're just pushing too much, making too many mistakes on their laps. Or they're still doing race runs and somehow managing to improve their lap times. No, it's obviously they haven't done any quali runs. But I imagine with these lap times that quite a few of them have. Monster crossed the line and does not improve on his time. Joe's lost it through sector 3. This will be his final lap. Leon is improving on his final lap. And Joe's at the grass, and that is his lap over. Cammy also improving in the 3rd sector. Into the final corner. Leon's skating through. Round the corner, taking a nice tight line, firing the bike out. Joe does not improve from that mistake. Leon does not improve. Can Cammy improve? Yes, he does, and he's just 2 tenths off. Joe, who looks... Oh, Mogsy's crashed. So Mogsy will not be improving his time. Nelson on the exact same lap time as Amir. Can he just gain the 1,000th of a second that he needs? Around the final corner for Nelson, Season 1 champion. And across the line. And he jumps into 4th place right at the end and matching the time of Monster. And now I believe it's just Deck and Wigan. So these two now going through sector 3 and into turn 9. On the right. And now into the chicane. You can see the difference in speeds there. And round the penultimate corner they go. Wigan improving on his final lap of the session. Just one more corner to negotiate now. But chooses not to go up the inside and lets Wigan be. And Wigan is going to finish the session. That improves. Oh, into 9th. Wow. So Joe has won the pre-season test. Well, doesn't really mean a lot, but he is the fastest man of today. Deck, 72 thousandths of a second in 2nd place from Joe. So very tight at the top. Cammy in 3rd, 2 tenths off. So these are possibly the 3 favourites for the title this season, but it's not that simple. My turn 1 crashes and mistakes during for the race, so it'll make it interesting. Nelson in 4th, tying with Monster in 5th. So the 2 Honda boys doing a good job in the top 5. Amir in 6th, who was in the top 5 for pretty much half of the session there, till Nelson snatched it right at the end. Mogsy in 7th, so just a 10th off Amir, so not too bad. Gammy in 8th, not far from Mogsy, so the midfield is looking very, very tight. Wigan in 9th doing a very impressive job there. And the 2 Pramak boys in 10th and 11th, so they've got some work to do, but I'm sure they'll be ready for Assen. There's no race, don't worry, there's no race. I'm just doing this to end the session. And just to give you all a practice start. In quotation marks.
Damn it, monster.
So we have
yeah, bro.
Everyone just,
You
I
know
think
what?
everyone but Camille.
It's crazy. I was tying with Amir the whole time, and now I'm tying with Monster. Like, oh yeah, the third sector pissed me off so bad. I was like 1.2 seconds off the whole time. Well, I was like, um, I was a tenth off, then 3/10 off, and then 1.2 seconds in the third sector. I was like, what?
Right, so let's just see who is here. Everyone's here. That's a good start. Right, so I'll probably just go in order to make things simple for myself. So we'll start with Joe. You were you topped the test today with a 153.785, just pipping deck. So how was the bike, and did your plan for the test turn out successful?
You talk to me or to Joe?
Joe.
Does he have a mic or?
He does. Might be experiencing problems.
Voice ain't shared.
No, it ain't about his voice being shared. That's not a problem. Probably can't actually hear him, so I don't know whether it's. I don't know whether he's. I don't know whether
Only
he's.
stream-wise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you
that's
can't hear him because
definitely.
he's not speaking to us. So, well, he may be speaking to us, but maybe he hasn't got his mic volume sorted.
Yeah, just go along. Maybe we'll get a reply after.
We'll let you sort your problems out, Joe. We'll come back to you at the end. So, Deck, ended up second in the test. You were close to the top, and you pretty much led most of the session. Did your program for the test go as planned?
Yes, pretty much. First lap was soft with power 2. Then my next couple laps were, well, I say couple, but were medium hard and power 1, and I'd eventually swap to still medium hard and power 2, and then about 20 minutes or 15 minutes left, I done softs and power 2. But I feel good about my time. I really didn't expect to beat Joe, or even to come as close as I did to Joe. I know Joe is like, I will say he has better pace than me on Sepang, so I never expected to get a better time than him, but I was surprised to, was it 72 thousandths?
Yeah.
Surprised to be 72 thousandths of his time.
So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Did you feel like you've improved since the round at Sepang we had last season?
Slightly.
That's good.
Not too much.
Is it an improvement of some sort? So,
But outside of that, I feel pretty good about the test
yeah.
session.
Cammy, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So, you finished third place, 2 tenths behind Joe. How was it for you?
Yeah, I'm pretty because I don't know where I lost those 2 cents. Thanks for that. And the pace was good. I improved a lot the pace. I had a couple, 3 or 4 54s in a row. Improvement for me, but I didn't do the 53 on the qualifying with the softs, and I have to train a lot more.
Okay.
But generally, it's good.
Okay, thank you, and good luck for the season.
Thank you.
So, Nelson, in your last-ditched attempt on of the session, you managed to jump into 4th place, matching the time of Monster. After being, I think, matching Amir's time for most of the session, or being close to Amir's time from memory. So, how was the test and adapting from a Yamaha to a Honda?
Yeah, so at first I started to get some race data in with my teammate. We did about a small length of laps as it didn't go as planned. But we got some data with the tires and the fuel we can go for without the bike handling too heavy or handling too shaky. But adapting from a Yamaha to a Honda is really different, as the front end is much more unstable. So I try to adapt my setups to it. And towards the end of the session, I ran out of soft tires, so my last attempt was with a medium rear and a soft front. But I managed to still get 4th place, matching Monster's time. It was actually funny. But I'm happy about the test, and maybe to improve much more in the future.
So, obviously you had your team. I did notice you had the thing with Mogsy at the start. I did see that you had a couple of hit markers flash at the same time. So were those problems or mishaps you two colliding at some point?
Yeah, we collided sometimes. We have even crashed each other out sometimes. So it's like a recap of me and Deck season 2 in Valencia. So it kind of happened, but we are overall happy. We tried some overtaking spots as well, so that's why the hit markers maybe came up.
Okay, thank you. And Monster, you were tied with Nelson. You were 4th place for pretty much most of that test. Seemed like you're just doing your own thing. Did everything go as planned? And how's the transition from the LCR Castrol to the Repsol?
Yes, quite a reputation.
Maybe the Repsols just don't want to be interviewed.
Maybe they're just like they
I'm here
don't
now.
want to give info.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
Joe's here.
Joe's here, right? So
Yeah, two
that's
out on the street.
right. So at least we got you back. So two Repsols having absolute nightmares when it comes to interviews. But Joe, I'll try and remember my question. You topped the session. You were you're pretty much in the top. I'd say the top 2, top 3 for pretty much most of that session. You told us before that you were going to do some race pace as well as some quali pace. And did everything go to plan? And do you feel like you've made some steps from the race we had at Sepang where you were on the Petronas? So do you feel like did you adapt to the change well, and was there good improvements made?
Yeah, it was alright. Was riding the Honda. Good race run. Not too happy with the quali lap because I was improving by 3/10 and then went wide at turn 9 and then it was over. But yeah, really good race run. 30 minutes, no mistakes. So yeah, happy.
Yep. So obviously you're one of the favourites to fight for the title this year. Are you ready to fight with the likes of Dare, Cammy, and the rest of them?
Yeah, I'm ready to fight.
Obviously you've got an undefeated streak at the moment, so that's something keep up.
It will end.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. I like the confidence. Well, I like the realistic part of it as well. But yeah, thank you for that. Monster, have you returned or are you still in not here?
Well,
Yeah. So let's just say that Monster's had to go somewhere else, and I think well, from what I saw in the chat, he was a bit annoyed that Nelson pipped him at the end with the exact same lap time. But I'm sure everything went to plan for him. Maybe, well, obviously there's improvement for him, but I'm sure he's happy to do as well as he did. But anyway, that's been the test for VollGass Season 3 main class. Tomorrow will be the first round of the Moto 2s at Assen, which will be on Deck's channel. So I'll put a link to that somewhere, and probably in the comments. And we'll see you next weekend for the first rounds of the junior and the main class at Assen as well. So lots of Assen for everyone at the moment, and we'll see you then. Goodbye.